Hey folks, here is a disclaimer. In no way is this a head-on comparison between the two most debated powerful chatbot platforms ever, ChatGPT and Google Bard, but this is a few things that Bard can do better and ChatGPT cannot, at least not as good as Google Bard. Here are at least 7 things that Google Bard can do that ChatGPT cannot. Relax, folks, this is not classroom rivalry, but this is a healthy way of looking at what platform to go for when you have specific use cases in mind. So let's get started without any delay, and here we go. The first thing that we would be talking about is how Google Bard is slightly better at, I should say much better at summarizing articles that ChatGPT cannot. For example, let's take an article like this, which is talking about prompt engineering, and let's go to Google Bard and say, let's give this. Let's say, can you summarize this for me? Can you summarize this article for me, right? Let's see what it says. Do you think it summarizes the YouTube article? I think it should. While ChatGPT outright denies that it cannot do that and it is beyond its capabilities, but here it is. This is an article about prompt engineering. It discusses what prompt engineering is, why is it useful, it goes blah, blah, blah. Now you can always regenerate the draft, and this is looking at, it is also giving you the citation of the article that it took in as a reference. And you can also, let's say, craft a blog article based on this. Right? Now let's look at a series of activities that you can do using Google Bard that you may not actually perform using ChatGPT. One is summarizing the article, which it did much better than ChatGPT. It is also creating a blog article based upon that. You can always, and the third thing that is beautiful about Google Bard is you can also double check your response and see if it is, if you don't think something is right, or if you doubt certain things, you can always ask Bard to double check it, and it goes ahead and double checks it, right? Now, basically what I mean to say is there is much more functionality that Google Bard provides in certain use cases that may not always be available in ChatGPT. So the whole intention of this video is to make sure you understand that there is no one platform better than the other. To be very honest, both these platforms are still in the learning game. And there is a long way to go they're far from perfect, right? Now, another thing that ChatGPT cannot do that Google Bard can is give audio inputs, right? Can you list down all the movies that Al Pacino has ever acted in? Brilliant, isn't it? So you can just go ahead and submit it and it gives you the article, while there is no audio input functionality in ChatGPT yet. So summarizing articles, providing audio as an input, going ahead and double checking it on Google to make sure what you're seeing is right or not are straight away some of the things that ChatGPT fails to perform while Google Bard outdoes it, right? So here are all the list of movies that Al Pacino has ever acted in. You can also get, the next thing is Google Bard can give you image inputs or image outputs as a part of the conversation, while ChatGPT cannot always do that. So how about, can you show me the posters of your favorite 3 movies? Right? Let's see if it still maintains this context of Al Pacino movies, or it takes another turn, and let's see what the output comes as. Beautiful. So, okay, this may not be Al Pacino movie. Godfather definitely is, but this is, it misses the context, but it gives you references to, okay, I was talking about Al Pacino movies in the list above, right? So now it should be able to give you image outputs as a part of your conversation, which is difficult from on ChatGPT. Now here are 3 movie posters. All of them are acted. All of these posters have Al Pacino in them. So that's a beautiful thing. And it also gives you the source of these movies, right? Now, the next thing that we would be looking at is it also gives you the link to the articles. You can go ahead and click on these articles or the images to go ahead and get more information if you want. Now, another thing is both the platforms have something called as extensions, right? Now, if you look at this has certain plugins. Now you can go ahead and look at all the plugins and the plugin from the plugin store. Now there are a ton of plugins that ChatGPT has. But none of them can be personalized to your history, personalized to your behaviors, personalized to anything that you ever did on the internet, right? Now, on the other hand, Google Bard has extensions which are extremely customized or which is extremely personal to you, because the information based upon Google Maps or your YouTube history or the Google Workspace, Google Flights can help you integrate all your Google accounts, and it can give you customized results based upon your history and based upon your interaction with any of these platforms. Now, let's say it gives you YouTube related video information. It can give you Google Flights related information that can pull in data for your personalized travel planning. And the same thing happens with Google Maps. And it can also customize your Google Gmail Connect as well, right? Now, that is something which is interesting. So let's see what happens next. Now, when you say, all right. All right. Now, another interesting thing that ChatGPT cannot do is, okay, what happened in the AI world today in terms of advancements, right? Or maybe this week, right? Since it is, so basically there are two problems with this. The information that ChatGPT has, it goes up until 2022 of Jan of 2022 only. Plus, it has no connection to the internet, which means that it cannot go ahead and search actively on the internet. While Google Bard can proactively do that, and it is connected to the internet. It can go ahead and research the information based upon whatever has happened as recent as last week or yesterday, and it can also give you a lot of information in real time, right? Which means Google Bard is connected to the internet. And the beauty is it also gives always cites, or most of the time cites, sources of the articles that it picks things from. And if you don't agree with this, you can always go ahead and double check your response on Google and see if it is relevant, right? Now, here are some of the AI advancements that happened this week. Now, we're talking about 10 to 14 of 2023, which is until today, right? Now, this is something which is interesting. Now, what I mean to say is if you don't understand, or if you don't agree to this, or if you don't like what you see, you can always go ahead and look at other drafts of articles that Google Bard has prepared for you, which is missing in ChatGPT as of today, right? Now you can go ahead and start looking at double checking the responses from any of the drafts that you have ever picked up, and citation of the articles, as I said, interesting. So basically, we're talking about Bard throwing in results which are real-time results, and it is not possible to get this kind of updated information using ChatGPT. All right, so the next thing is Google Bard has a very interesting way of comparing research papers. For example, it has an advantage of having hosted a lot of articles on it, having a lot of search history, having the ability to crawl a lot of websites, having proprietary information in terms of white papers, which are hosted on platforms like Google Scholar. You can always compare two research papers about the impact of AI on the online advertising space ecosystem, right? So now this has the ability to compare two research papers about the impact of AI on the online advertising ecosystem. We can always do a comparative search of what ChatGPT may throw up for this, to provide a comparison of two research papers on the impact of AI only on the system. I would need the titles, blah, blah, blah. However, looking for it, it can give you a general overview of a summarized form of what elements maybe the research paper be talking about, but in no way would it give you the access to that. Now, this does not have information. Let's try something else. Let's compare Google ads and Facebook ads conversion stats for e-commerce products or businesses, right? Now, if you're talking about something related to an industry as such, let's see if it throws up some research papers, then you can go ahead and delve deep, right? Let's see what it throws up. Beautiful. Now, it has given you some sort of benchmarked figures, whatever, for the e-commerce industry. And you can always ask for, do you have supporting research for this? Right, basically you're asking them for a research source or an article that it can support the claim that Google has made when in the previous conversation, right? Okay, now it gives you, right? You can also ask them the links for these researches, but sometimes you don't even have to look that. It also cites the sources. Can you cite the links for the articles? It should ideally bring you bring up the URLs of the research papers. There you go, right? Now this is something which is interesting. Now this is not possible when you're using ChatGPT. And the most important thing that I'm looking at is, let's say I am looking for a travel inspiration when it comes to the Christmas season. Now this should throw in some interesting searches with the images, with the information related to travel, which is very difficult to go ahead and access from ChatGPT's perspective. So basically what I'm trying to say is, see, look at this. So we're talking about Finland, you're talking about Canada, you're talking about Germany, you're talking about Austria. Now you can also say, can you make a custom itinerary for a family of 4 with kids 6 and 4 years old, who love outdoors and are prone to catching flu, whatever, right? Preference of meals is vegan and who likes mid-budget accommodation, looking to learn about new cultures, right? You can give all that you can think of when it comes to your travel preferences, and it will go ahead and make a custom itinerary for you. Maybe it'll ask you a few questions about how many days, which location specific, any other preferences, etc. But it gives you a beautifully customized itinerary. I have tried it for my own travels. All right, so day 1, arrive at your destination, check out at your hotel, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Cool. Can you suggest some destinations with images, if possible, according to my preferences, right? Now this is, do you see how it is actually, it seems as if I'm talking to a travel agent now who is proactively trying to help me taking all my preferences. But I doubt if you can go ahead and ask a travel agent about your vegan preferences in general. But look at what is option. I mean, look at what it throws up here, right? So it gives, I can't speak on behalf of Cape Town, Barcelona and Portugal, but Bali and Chiang Mai specifically has a lot of vegan places to eat, and that's what it says, right? It has a variety of vegan restaurants. Ubud, in fact, is a spiritual capital and beautifully planned based upon my preferences. So something like this may not be accurately possible or remotely as possible as giving you a holistic picture of your travel plan that Bard can give you, but may not. But ChatGPT, it's difficult to get this kind of insight. So basically, these are a few things that Google Bard can do that ChatGPT, which is projected as, which is believed to be the be-all of the AI-based chatbots, may not perform. And this is where Google Bard outperforms ChatGPT when it comes to certain things. So I hope you found this information helpful. And I suggest you go ahead and do some searches on your own. And if you have anything that you think you can let me know, or let anybody know who is watching this video, please put them in the comments and we shall discuss about them. So in fact, if you have any questions related to marketing or ChatGPT or AI in general, please feel free to put them in the comments and I will go ahead and interact with you and make some more videos about it. Thank you so much. My name is Casey and you are watching Marketing Think Tank. Cheers.